Hello, everybody, and welcome to Monday Night Tea. This is your girl, Deborah Franklin. I'm so excited about tonight because this is, for lack of a better statement, our inaugural show. We're getting ready to set things off. We won't be before you long. We have a special guest here in the studio with us, and she's going to log in. She's actually already here, ready to go. Y'all, it's going to be amazing. It's just going to be amazing. So let's sit back, get ready, and enjoy. I have our special guest that's already in the studio with us, and her name is Miss Joy Outlaw, and she's gonna join us in just a few seconds, like right now. Hello, Joy.
How you doing? What's going on?
Yes, I'm so excited about having you here on Monday Night Tea. Monday Night Tea,
That's
y'all,
right.
is where we're going to be interviewing different authors. They're going to jump on with us, tell us something quick about what they're doing and their new books. But I was looking at your preview, and first of all, tell us, who is Joy Outlaw?
Well, I am the night shift novelist. And a lot of
Ooh.
people ask, well, what is that? What does that mean? Because, a lot of us writers, we like to sit up late and stay up until the wee hours of the morning writing, right? A lot of us
Yes.
have day jobs and whatnot. So the nighttime is what I like to call the right time,
Hmm.
WRITE. So, I just grabbed that name and stuck with
I
it.
love it.
Yeah, but
So,
so
being
that's who I am.
awesome. So, what else
Mhm.
do you do outside of being an author?
Yes, well, I am also a mother, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I
Oh.
have two small children, 7 and 8 years old. I work in real estate. I have worked in real estate in the past, but with this last couple of months or so, I've really
Mhm.
just been refocusing, rebranding, and just going headlong with the writing.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is so amazing. So now let's just go ahead and jump right in. I was looking at your bio and I saw that you have this series. So tell me, who is Jane Luck and why do I need to jump on board with this series? And you got some other stuff going on too, so we'll talk about that as well. But I got to know about this Miss Jane Luck, honey.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Jane Luck was an idea that was born of my college experience. This young woman has a lot going on. Okay. What I like to say is the Jane Luck Adventure series follows Jane's delights and mishaps as she evolves from a struggling, pious college student into a mercenary. That's a big jump.
Ooh.
Okay. She experienced a lot. She experiences a lot of craziness along basically a coming of age story. It's a story of a young
Mhm.
woman who is just struggling to find her place in the world, struggling to overcome her fears, which
Mhm.
is a universal story pretty much too. The
Exactly.
first book, Pretty Little Mess, that's book one in the series. In that book, you find that Jane Luck is pretty much trying to decide whether or not she's going to remain in college. She meets up with a mentor who ends up becoming obsessed with her. She travels, goes on her first international adventure and
Ooh,
has to
wow.
stare her fear and this obsessive lover in the face that, and that sort of propels her into the life of kind of like a traveling mercenary, but this is the beginning of her story.
Awesome. So is Jane Luck an adult book or is it a teen book or who's the audience for this book?
The audience for this book is definitely adult women.
Okay.
I would say that young women around college age could relate to the story as well
Okay.
because that's the stage that she's at in life. But just the story of her journey to herself is one that people of all, I think, adult ages could mostly relate to.
Oh, that sounds great. So Jane Luck sounds like somebody we can all relate to. Does she now with
Yeah.
Jane Luck? I got to ask this question. With all of the things that are going on, the hashtag Me Too, wearing black, showing up at the awards, Oprah gave this this slamming speech. Now, how would
All right.
Jane Luck fit with the whole Me Too series now?
Yes. Well, it's interesting that you bring that up because I actually wrote an article for a local online newspaper, the state that I live in. It's called Delaware Black,
Mm-hmm.
the online newspaper. And I wrote an article related to the Me Too movement And I was thinking of some of the experiences that Jane Luck has in the book. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, she develops a relationship with this lover who is obsessive. Things that I think is a challenge for a lot of young women nowadays is this overcoming the idea that love equals possession and obsessiveness. And overcoming the toxic notion that if they have a right to your body, they have a right to your mind, they have a right to your soul. And I think that that is an idea that a lot of people are challenging a lot more, that has very much come into play in the Me Too movement, because the act of rape or abuse is always about trying to gain a certain level of control over another person's autonomy. And so, yeah.
That's amazing, because when you said something that's key to me, and it's like the word autonomy can mean so many things, but some people don't take that word personal, and I think that's where a lot of women kind of fell into that. We didn't take the whole being autonomous personal, and it's like it's just like but it's good to see that we have some things that are going on that people can relate to with what's happening. I'm excited about that, because Jane Luck is somebody that we can all relate to, and be able to go on this adventure with her.
I will say too that one thing about autonomy is it's about taking responsibility for yourself. Exactly. And I think that for so long, a lot of people in general, men and women, have been in this place when it comes to love, in particular relationships, as it relates to Jane Luck. We just don't take responsibility for ourselves. We don't allow our relationships to challenge us in that way. And I explore some of those ideas in these books, in some very interesting ways.
Oh, okay. Sounds like something we got to jump into. So now I know that the Jane Luck is your first series, and you're working on a third book. So tell us what's going on with this new book, honey.
Okay, so there's actually a couple of books that I'm working on, but the one that's most immediate is a science fiction novel. So this one is a little bit of a break from the Jane Luck Adventures, but I am also taking notes right now for the next book in the Jane Luck Adventure series. This book is actually my first try at science fiction. It's a werewolf story. It involves another heroine. This one's a little bit older than Jane Luck's age range, because I wanted to bring in some of the elements. Yeah, I wanted to bring in some elements of a more mature woman who's a little bit more self-assured. But this one is definitely a lot different from Jane Luck. She starts out with a very strong streak. She's a vampire hunter. She trades their fur on the black market. One thing that is very unique to this vampire story is that the heroine or the huntress actually has to be alive in order to harvest their fur before she sells it on the black market.
Oh, wow.
I think there's a lot of political elements that are going to come into play. The werewolves themselves are actually, they're at a place in their society where they're not so much behind the shadows. They've been in talks with some of the political leaders in their area in order to try to integrate into the society at large. So it's a little bit of a different take on the werewolf story.
Okay, so it's not like some of the other series that we could be familiar with.
Right. It's a different spin. Same story, different perspective. I always say you don't have to be the first, but you don't have to be the first to do something, or you don't have to be the first to tell a story, but you can be the best telling it in your own way.
Yes. It is just like it's almost like finding your individuality. Be the best you that you can be. Doesn't matter what everybody else is doing, but as long as you do you well, you're gonna do it. So, is there anything else that you wanted to share with us? So, what else do you have coming up now? Besides the Jane Luck, besides your new you know what? Why did you choose to go sci-fi this time around, as opposed to continuing with your series?
I got so many ideas that keep coming at me to at some point just stop and make it happen. And with the Jane Luck Adventures, I feel like I'm at a good place where I've developed enough of her character and her story that I can pick it up without too much of a problem. But this particular story, I needed to go ahead and get it out while the idea is fresh, while I have the energy to do the research and everything that'll be involved. So I'm hoping, my plan is to pick the Jane Luck Adventure series up by the end of this year, beginning of next year.
Okay, that's awesome. That is so awesome. You know what? I want to commend you as being a writer. I want to commend you at taking this jump and being able to be adventurous enough to jump out and do something new because it's the beginning of the year. So why not? And so that's what a lot of us, especially women, need to just start trying things, trying new things. So if you had to give one piece of advice to somebody that was trying to start out in writing or wanted to start something new, what would you tell them?
I would say don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. Just piggybacking off of what you just said, I think that so many times, particularly us as Black authors and as women, we stick to what we think is going to sell. And obviously, you want to make money. That's fine.
Exactly.
You stick to what you think is going to sell. We stick to what we think our area is. And for me, this whole journey and even the Jane Luck Adventures, every story that I write is about breaking outside of the box, breaking what's expected. So do that and just write.
I love it. So make sure that you tell us, how can we contact you? How can they get a copy of your books? How can they find you?
You can find me on Amazon, amazon.com/author/Joy Outlaw. That's where you can purchase my books immediately. You can also just go to my name, www.joyoutlaw.com. That's where you can check out my blog and find news and all that good stuff. I'm here on Facebook, Joy Outlaw, author Joy Outlaw. And I am on Instagram as well.
Yes, because that's how we connected on Instagram.
That's right.
I tell everybody, you don't know the power of social media until you really try it and jump out there and do some things. So I want to thank you for joining us here tonight on Monday Night Tea, and with Miss Joy Outlaw. It has been wonderful talking to you. We're not going to be before you long, guys, and make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and invite your friends to join our Facebook page. And remember, who's telling your story? The tea.
The tea.
Yes, y'all. Have a great night. It has been wonderful. It's been fun. Have a great evening. Thank you for joining us again on Monday Night Tea. Join us next Monday, as you never know what author's going to be here. 6 o'clock. Join us for Monday Night Tea. Have a great evening.